remember syrup sandwiches and crime allowances. But it's a nigga with some counterfeits. But now I'm counting this. Parmesan where my accountant lives in. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. I've been noticing this. I don't understand. The 24-hour volume has been lower than normal. That can be a product of a lot of things. Now, what we have to really take an account for is like this is like the era of ICOs. ICOs basically are sucking the lifeblood out of the market as of right now. So I mean, there's just so many more ICOs than there's ever been, and people get stretched thin because it's kind of like when you know, a month ago people were investing maybe 1-2 ICOs and mostly in coins. Now you have people who are investing on average 4 or 5 ICOs, and it's kind of hard to keep control of a portfolio when you're you know, have your hands on so many different investments. And that's basically what's causing kind of, I would call it a regression, or maybe kind of like stalled out from the rest of the market, because there's a lot of coins that just aren't doing much. They're just kind of hanging around, like Ripple, and you can't really say Ethereum because Ethereum just went through all that craziness, but Ethereum's obviously going to be the most swingy, in my opinion, until EOS is officially released. Although the EOS is turning into a real shit show. You know, I'm in a Telegram, the Slack, and all that, but the Slack group, there was somebody going around impersonating a dev, trying to get people to send them Ethereum, and there was no fucking, there was no devs in there. There was no EOS devs in the Slack, and there was people going around trying to fucking collect. I mean, they were acting like the devs, saying, "All right, it's time," and I'm not sure how that turned out, but man, if there was no devs in there for hours, that was going on for hours. So that's really cool. And well, not really cool, but you know, like fucking shitty. A couple of hours with no devs, and then you have people. I mean, I could imagine, because people are just throwing around their money. Like, you can imagine how many people they probably got just because of how ready people are to fucking throw money into EOS. There's people like literally just willing to do whatever, and they're having a really weird kind of sale where you send in all the money, you send in your money, and then you get back what you get back. Now it's ever evolving. I wouldn't say like that's what's in cement, but right now that's what's being kicked around. You send in your Ethereum, and then based on how many people bought in, you get a certain supply of it. So right now people are thinking it might be around $1.50, but it could be higher. It's very complicated. I don't understand why the EOS ICO has been so complicated. I think that's going to hurt them, because the longer you drag something out and push it back, because I remember a month ago it was supposed to be it was like people are on their heels any day now, EOS, and then yeah, as those weeks started going by, people fucking started getting antsy, and now you're starting to have like people trying to scam people. I mean, it's a perfect setup for a scam, right? Because not saying Dan or anybody, obviously, not saying EOS devs are going to do it, but other people impersonating EOS because it's taking so long, and really people are just waiting for it to say, all right, send your money, and they're going to send it in as quickly as possible because they don't want to miss out. So, you know, obviously, if you want to know more about the EOS, you can go to their Slack, and they have a Telegram and all that. Yeah, I mean, we keep seeing Steam coming up and down. Really, honestly, I should be day trading Steam more, because the price seems to be really nice to day trade. That's a bad chart to look at. Say 1 month. Well, I guess it hasn't been that good. USD get a little bit more disparity. Yeah, I mean, there's a little bit of room in here to make some money. Yeah. I'm just really anxious to see what happens to the future of Steam. I really am. It's a really magical platform, and as long as they don't do anything crazy to change stuff in any way, like try to lower the value of Steam, then we're good. My biggest fear is that they try to like red coin it or something, try to make it like, not as valuable because it might get out of control. I'm not sure. We're gonna see. I fucking love Steam. I want to do great things, and I think it will. Just those morning doubts, I see the morning doubts, and you just gotta run by them, guys. You just gotta fucking run by them. Because when you invent something new like Steam, and you invest in it, and you're going for it, it's a new pioneer, it's a new plateau. You never know what's gonna happen. So naturally, you're gonna have doubts. You're gonna have doubts anytime you're going to the next level. You listen to my road signs video from last night. Anytime you go into the next level, you're going to see the signs, the doubts. They're going to be there. If you don't have the doubts, then you're either A, insane, and your mind's like in the sky with pixie dust and you're not in reality. Or B, you're not trying hard enough. Because if you're not doubting yourself, that means you're not doing things on a monumental scale. Because the doubts only come when the mountain you have to climb is really high, and you start looking at it, and then you start doubting whether you can get there. You don't have that problem if you only climb hills. Same thing with studded lumens. You can bury me with my lumens. I don't give a fuck. I'm not gonna sell them until. I mean, the longer it takes, the more money I'm gonna have to give for them. So that's why I'm able to day trade and make money. Like I'm able to. Now it's much easier because I never have to. I never panic sell. If you have even if you had $100 and that's it, you never panic sell on any scale. But I don't care if I have $1 billion and stuff studded lumens. I'm not going to sell it. I'm always going to keep it. Or if I had $100 and I really needed money, I wouldn't sell it. I'd always stick to my guns, and I'm going to wait till studded lumens is in this category. There's got to be numbers in here for me to consider it now. And I mean, you can see, like, even with BitConnect, something's going on with the market when BitConnect starts fucking up because, as you can see, it was just like, and this wasn't one of those, like, up and down ones. This was basically just the side of a mountain going all the way up. And then, yeah, everything crashed right there. And now it's just kind of like we're in this, I'm not sure. What's happening right now is there's so many new things that can be created with blockchain technology. There's so many new applications that are popping up left and right. And it's like you wake up every day and there's a new coin to invest in or a new ICO to invest in. And that's why I'm getting stingier and stingier and really trying to make my mark on the coins I really like. I'm not hunting as many penny coins. Well, first of all, I'm in a lot of penny coins. I'm in a lot of penny coins from CA coin to no limit coin, but they're not that hard to find. A lot of penny coins, a lot of them are going to be investments I'm not looking to get into. I don't believe in them, or they're not, not for me, or just there's a wide variety of reasons I won't get into certain coins. And I've been going after just coins that they don't even have to be pennies. And that kind of goes against what I was doing when I first started doing these videos, because I was always hunting penny coins, super cheap penny coins from Golos, all those. But now I'm starting to see some of the value in some of these new coins that are coming out that have different utilities. So it doesn't necessarily have to be under a penny, especially because we're in this period of expansion. And at first, the money entering crypto was exceeding the coins, right? So it was bleeding over to everything. So you had people who were investing in Golem, and they had no fucking clue what Golem was, right? That's what we were a month ago. People were just investing in everything. Now, when there's so many different coins, people are starting to invest in what they understand more or they feel more comfortable with. And that's why we're starting to see kind of a leveling off of these accelerated profits. Now, is that to say, well, and now what's happening is, like I said, there's more coins and it's just spreading out the money. Is that to say that we're in a bad situation and we should, sell and get out? Absolutely not, because you got to keep in mind the market cap for the entire, coin industry is still, about the size of what Starbucks brings in every year. So we need to keep that in perspective and understand that there's still a lot of money. Forbes just said you should invest in Bitcoin. India, the big news there, making it legal. It's just going to keep, more and more money is going to keep pouring in. So there's going to be these times of ebb and flow where you're going to have too much money in the market. And that's when things are all going up 200% overnight. Remember all the coins that were doing that. And then you're going to have times where the money's going to be coming out of the market because it's expanding too fast. There's just too many ICOs. There's too many people doing too much at once. And that is one of the big reasons that we're experiencing. And I mean, you just see all the red. It's just kind of like what's happening right now. There's not a lot of coins doing much. Yeah, I looked at this last night. I was going to get into it. I could not fucking completely understand it. I was actually about to get into it last night though, and it was at 78. Was it last night? Why does it say it's going down? I must have up overnight it did this. Okay. Yeah, it was right here. 24th. Yeah. It was and the reason is because I didn't understand it completely. Basically, it's a new kind of hedge fund. Like they're taking the information that only big time hedge fund managers have access to right now, and they're trying to give it out to the okay, I didn't read the Forbes thing. I did not read the Forbes. If I read this, I might have invested in it last night, and I might go kick a wall. Let me see. So, I mean, it's a stock market prediction software. And the only problem I find with this is it's very, very, very niche. And basically, not a lot of people are going to be able to use it that aren't technically smart. There's a lot of people who don't use a lot of softwares. And second of all, I don't really see much money. Like everything is changing, in my opinion, from the stock market and how everything works, because these coins have fucked up everything for like it's rattled the whole system in a good way. So this is no longer, instead of being like this, you see this city, not the fat Asian guy, but the city it was showing, a crowded city. And that's basically what's happening with the stock market. That's how you look at the stock market. And then you want to think of these coins are kind of like more like in big open, not like a city, but like a big open, not like a suburbs. It's kind of hard for me. Kind of like a country town. Like you got to travel far distances sometimes to find some of these coins, and doing research and actually putting in work. And I just think that a lot of the stocks and how the stock market works, it's kind of like the banking system. People just aren't going to need to do things the old way like they used to. Yeah, I understand that this coin can make some money because the stock market's not dead, obviously. But I just don't like investing in things that I think can be replaced very quickly or are going out of fashion. Like I wouldn't want to invest in a big newspaper company right when the internet came out. I would feel like, well, what if they could put the news on the internet, then all these papers would become worthless. It's kind of like that. So I'm staying away from these. Forbes are not 150, 140% are not, but I was looking at this. I definitely was looking at this last night. I was going through my Bittrex account, and I liked looking through the numbers on that because they're a little more accurate. And oh yeah, what made me go to it was such a super small supply. But I can't do that. Like I can't just be like, oh my god, super small supply, lots of volume. you know, it's gonna be. You have to actually believe in the coin too. And sometimes I'll just bite it and take a loss, even when I know that it can go up potentially. You know, I'm not that type of person. I'm not the type of person to put my money thinking, okay, well, it's going to go up and then it's going to go down. So I'm going to put it in when it goes up. Like, I don't know. I don't, you know, hey, I'm not saying it's a bad strategy. It's just something, one, it doesn't fit my mode because I don't have panic sell. I don't have stop loss like that shit that happened with the Ethereum. Like, that doesn't exist. People who use stop loss, like, hey, that's their business. But I would die with my Ethereum before I sold it for any less than I bought it for. I'm not even talking about stop loss, like stop my losses. Like, I would die with my Ethereum. I'm joking. I'm not joking. I would literally, if I bought it for 300, I would never, ever, ever sell it unless I sold it for 400. And that's that. And if it never hit 400, if it hit 390 for the rest of the time, then I'm not selling. That's hard to believe for most people. But if you know me, you know I'm fucking not joking, not even a little bit. Not even a little bit. I'm way too fucking stubborn. And when I set something, I stick to it no matter what. So, you know, like if you throw a ball and a dog goes chase it, that dog will fucking die chasing that ball. That's kind of how I am. Like with my, I will never sell for a loss. I cannot stress that enough. I would happily take my death and my coin death and make $0 off of it than know I fucking turned into a pussy and sold for a loss. That means I don't stick by my research. That means I'm wavery. That means I don't believe in my picks. That's all that means. Because if you pick a company and it starts going down and you sell because you just are panicking, even though you thought this company was legit, you did all the research, and if there's no big news, like, you know, there's no big news, just the market's going down and you panic sell. Like big news, I mean, like, is it like if it's a scam company, like if I heard Sia Coin stopped giving out their services and turned into a complete scam, then yeah, I'm gonna fucking dump my coin if that's legit 100%. I know it's 100%, and I'll wait and take a major loss just to make sure that news is news. But it would have to take, even then I probably wouldn't sell it. Because then I might be like, well, hey, what if somebody new comes in and fixes it? Like, I don't know. I'm just way too stubborn. I'm not fucking selling. There's just too many variables for me. And I would happily just take my loss. And that's why I'm well diversified because, yeah, I could take a few, you know, I could take all the losses. I don't care. I don't need the fucking money. You know, I don't have kids. Like, I can be a fucking panhandler on the side of the road. I live on the beach. I don't give a motherfucker. I don't need this goddamn money. I got a lot of it, but I don't need it. And I'll sure as hell happily lose it. That's why I wasn't selling my no limit coin when it was at 900. You know why? Because I wanted to see how high it would go when untouched, when, you know, a lot of the major whales weren't selling. Yeah, the people were buying millions of them when it was at 50. So they were just dumping and making, you know, a hell of a lot of profit. But I wasn't thinking that because I didn't want to hinder it. I wanted to see how high it could go. And it soared over 2 pennies from like, it was so far from being a penny. It was like 0.00001. So that's why I did that. And it never occurred to me in my mind to be like, oh, well, I should sell some now and get a quick profit. It's like, well, no, because it's not about the money. It's about the game. It's about what I'm doing. And that's just my philosophy. You know, I don't know. It's fun for me. People are always so like golem with the money. Give me, I need my money. I need it. And that's just not how I am. I'm the exact opposite. I like fucking dishing it out. But yeah, that's just funny that this one fucking went berserk overnight. I was looking at it. I was like, very low supply. But it's just not my cup of tea. If that one went up 1,000%, you wouldn't even have heard it. Glad I got my storage coins. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with them. Like I said, I've become kind of attached to them. The reason red coin's a bad investment is because it's meant to be cheap. It's meant to be cheap. Nobody's going to tip a $10 coin. They want you to feel like a baller, so you tip a bunch of them. So that's why somebody asked me about red coin the other day. I was like, red coin's trash if it's an investment. BitBay, they're saying, is a sleeper. A lot of people are saying this is a sleeper. I believe this is a form of how you pay. You can pay merchants with it's like the bridge between merchants and crypto. BitBay is a revolutionary trade. Anything safely with anyone in the world. Okay, so no, this is something else. Unbreakable contracts and security. I mean, that's fucking dope. I like it. I like BitBay. A lot of people are talking about it recently. I know I've done the research on it. I just haven't looked at it in a while. Unbreakable contract. We'll be looking more in a bit there, but yeah, especially because it's a penny coin. It went from nothing, huh? Yeah, it went from way down here, 1/10 of a penny to about 5 cents almost. $1 million 24. Yeah, that's nice. Looks like it might be uncapped at $1 billion, so that's kind of high. No, let me goose to that. The billions are tough, man. Once you get into the billions, energy coin. I was also looking at energy coin too. What? Just is it going to reward payment? Think about these type of coins I'm really keeping my eye on these energy efficient coins that don't use mining, because that's going to be a big thing. A lot of people are fucking up the world by mining. You know, it's bad for the planet, all that heat, all that, you know, crazy amounts of energy being wasted. So there's definitely a better way to get the coins than do what we're doing now. Yeah, I'm gonna look at a few more. Yeah, bought me up a lot of Safex. It's just basically once the Chili blockchain's launched, then it's over. That's why I like those type of coins. I like the coins that have a big event coming, like Safex, the Chili blockchain. You know, once that's released, it's over. It's like you can't take it off the internet. It's going to be a way to, you know, people are going to be selling babies on Safex. Like, let's keep it real, dude. There's going to be some crazy shit going on Safex. It's like the Silk Road, basically, but you can't take it down. A permanent Silk Road. No limit coin. And right now is just such a great time to buy this, because you're going to have a leeway to buy this, because you got to keep in mind, football is not going to be launched until September. You know, so we got all July and all August. So there's going to be a lot of opportunities to buy this coin for a good price, because there's going to be sort of a lull as all of this happens. Now, when people see the website revamp and they start to see all the improvements and the monthly or the weekly podcast with the you know, the owner and all of that good stuff, the price could obviously rise, because it's just so undervalued right now at 202 million. So basically, it's just such an easy bet for me. I mean, it's a fucking fantasy coin that has this value right now, but once football's launched, you know, it's gonna fucking go berserk. But they're not only launching football, they're launching soccer, all sports eventually. They have head-to-head bets. It's just stupid. It's just stupid. But right now, I'm just in the process of scooping up literally as much as I can. And once football is launched, you know, I believe 5 cents is going to be the floor. And down the road, the beautiful thing about this is it offers a small percent when you stake. But the percent's so small that it doesn't even really matter if you don't have millions and millions of coins. If you only have like 10, 20, 100,000, which 90% of the people are going to have, I would say 6 months from now, most people, like I would say maybe a handful of people will have millions of coins, maybe a handful. And then the price is going to get so high that it's going to be really stupid expensive to get 1 million coins. So it's going to be very hard. And that means most people aren't going to be staking it. Plus there's going to be a large supply, because there's going to be multiple leagues. And all the people are going to need coins to participate. What is the value of this coin? This coin's value is you get to enter. You can use this coin to enter no limit fantasy contests, where first place is going to be a lot of money in some of these events. If you go to FanDuel, you know, there's 6 figures up top. So you got to keep that in mind. So the value of this coin is going to raise dramatically because it has immediate incentive. Everyone loves to, it isn't gambling because there's skill involved, but everybody loves those contests where they can put in money and have a chance to win more, especially if they have any kind of say over it. It's not like rolling the dice. You can actually pick your players, do your strategies. And, you know, I was really good at it. You know, I'm a poker player. I was really good at the FanDuel. I was making good money, but it was only in the US. I couldn't get it in Mexico. So every time I'd visit my mom, I'd play a few of the games if I was there during the season. And I loved it. I thought it was amazing. And such a good idea for the 1 week, duels. So, yeah, I mean, No Limits, the first ever cryptocurrency fantasy sports application. The app's coming out. So much cool shit on the way. But you are going to be able to get this coin. In my prediction, you're going to be able to get this coin on a good deal. So just keep an eye on it. And, you know, I say anything under 3 is I say anything under 5 is a steal right now. Where I'm buying it, because I have so much, I'm buying it anywhere. Anytime it goes under 3, I'm buying it. And when I see a trend that it's going to not go below 5 again, right? Like once it, because see, well, it went all the way to 9 and now it's settling. You got to keep in mind that this thing was like 17. I mean, you see that how many zeros? You see how many zeros are there, guys? Right? It's like 1, 2, 3. Look how cheap this was. 0.0003. So let's just keep that in mind, that this thing was way down before, and now it's hit a floor. A hard floor. And the reason these coins are going to suffer the most during this during these little crashes, because they're more unknown and they're newer. But I mean, everything is down right now. There's not a coin that's up right now. Most of the people are spending their money, besides the weird coins like Numeri, but it's already down 20%. So this is just a good time to have some Bitcoin, even though the 24-hour volume is lower than I would expect with all the news. Although Coinbase is, the whole thing with Coinbase, like, that really fucks with people. There's some people who would never, ever use Coinbase again, or they'll be real hesitant to use it because of the fact that it happened, crashed. Like, people are emotional like this. So, and you know, and BTCE, those things happen, and those are really good because those, like, there's literal shake hands that are just like scared they're on shadow. So those people just fucking dumped, and you know, they just kind of withdraw from the game for a little bit. So that leaves these cheaper prices for us. But you know, also keep in mind it's the age of the ICO, and it's until, you know, their EOS is really big. There's a lot of people wanting to invest in that. That's going to possibly be the biggest one yet ever. You know, it may make Bancard look small. You know, I'm thinking I'm thinking they might be able to get like 250 million. I don't know, something crazy. And that's a lot of money. You know, that's a lot of money being tied up right now. And just a heads up that right now the market's its truest self, if I can say. If you like a coin, it's its truest self right now. And that basically means, like, the value it is now is what it's worth. There's no hype behind it. This is all, you know, Steam, this is its brunt force. All of these coins are, you know, see a coin, this is its brunt force. You can consider these the floors. And this has been a really slow month. Summer is notorious for slow months. We were able to pick up some sleepers in this time, you know, No Limit coin blowing up like it did. There's some other coins that, you know, we were able to capitalize on. The Vox, if you're able to make some money on those blow-ups. And just right now, I would be taking 15-20% profit gains on my day trades, just because I think that most things that are coming up right now are going to come back down. I don't think that there's going to be a next escalation, at least in the next few days, 2 or 3 days. And I don't plan, you can't plan by weeks. I can't say, well, this whole month, this whole summer, everything's going to be down. Like, there's no, like, there's so much big news. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. that could make Bitcoin jump to $10,000. There's so many things that can happen. I only forecast, if it's past one day, it's only going to be a few days. And that's really realistically all one can do. You can't forecast a month on these cryptos. It's insane. But you can definitely forecast the next couple of days. And that's all you need. All you need is a couple of days. That's it, to know what to prepare for. And maximize each day after that. But yeah, go ahead and cut it here. I thought this was a pretty good morning show. Peace. Cheers. Adios.